I hear that you did basically everything. I believe it was a 24/7 job in the beginning. Um, Looking back, what was, let's say, the breakthrough success? Why did Hawaii Poke became did it become possible to open up 22 stores by now? What was the defining factor of this success?
Yeah, it's a good question, and obviously it's quite hard to put it down to one thing. I mean, I think there's sort of internal and external. I think internally, it's always going to be about the people.
Mm-hmm.
That's making sure that we're surrounding ourselves with the best possible team
Mm-hmm.
um, inside all of our restaurants in the head office.
Mm-hmm.
Then the number one thing for us, where we didn't want to sort of cut any corners or make any accommodations, was always going to be with the product.
Mm-hmm.
It's for us, it's super important that the product is 100% what we say it is, what we're charging the customer for. We set the quality really high, not just on
Mm-hmm.
how we create the food, but also from our suppliers as well. And I think just sticking to that, making sure that when customers come, they know they're going to get a consistent experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge value add for
Yeah.
customers.
Yeah.
It creates a lot of trust. Uh, Landlords see that as well. So at that stage, once they realize that, you have the capacity, because that comes down to routines, I think,
Mm-hmm.
quality, and it's the
Mm-hmm.
culture of the company. So that's not just on one chef. Quite often when you see single concept locations, you take away the owner, you take away the chef, and the whole thing just disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
the main difference with the chain is if you can get that in the culture, in the routines, focus on the people, then you can see that this can scale. So if you
Yeah.
take away some of the sort of key people who then need to focus more on growth, strategy,
Mm-hmm.
operations, then the product will stay the same. So
Mm-hmm.
we really focused on that, and that's sort of, each one then builds on to the next one. So once we opened two, they saw the product was the same, and then we opened three. And it was at that stage, they were all quite different stores. And it was at that stage where we thought, okay, that's quite a good pace, about three a year right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was still developing in Sweden, the market overall, and the opportunities that were available to us.
Mm-hmm.
And then the plan was to start slowly increasing that growth. And it was just about a year before COVID came when we wanted to double that growth. So we decided, all right, now we're going to do sort of six openings in the calendar year.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd signed all of those. I think we signed a couple more even. And then we started opening, and then COVID came. And obviously that just that shook our world as it did for everyone. And we had to sort of readdress that plan a little bit and that strategy for growth.